Good evening, Tigers, and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Christian Bennett.
And I'm Michael Edmondson.
Thanks to an anonymous donor, LSU has received one of the largest gifts in history, $40 million. The planned donation will benefit both LSU athletics and academics. $20 million will go to the Tiger Athletic Foundation and $20 million will go to the LSU Foundation to support scholarships in the LSU College of Engineering Department in Mechanical and Industrial Engineering. A planned gift is a donation committed during a donor's lifetime and realized upon his or her death. LSU President F. King Alexander says the planned giving is essential for the future of LSU.
That's a lot of millions there. LSU's lakes are getting an upgrade. Several meetings have taken place over the past few months to get a public input on the Baton Rouge and LSU area lakes. An open house tonight will reveal the first plans for the new lakes at LSU's Lod Cook Alumni Center. Designers are tasked with preventing the lakes from reverting back to swampland.
The recent drop in gas prices could cause more damage than it's worth. As the price of oil continues to decline, Louisiana's overall economy is feeling the impact. Tiger TV reporter Michaela Morgan has more.
With gas prices across the country continuing to fall, many students here in the Baton Rouge area are eager to see the change.
Now that gas is cheaper, we can save and probably put that towards our school books and like food and all that stuff, which is a little bit more important than gas.
But could the sudden drop in prices actually be a bad thing?
Future problems in the economy could outweigh just saving a few dollars at the pump.
Executive Director for the LSU Center for Energy Studies, David Desmuke, says the prices, though positive to many, could be harmful to the overall state budget.
The state is a kind of a co-owner, so to speak, in a lot of oil and gas properties. They own essentially the mineral leases in many state areas, and so they get royalties and severance tax revenues when oil and gas producers make gasoline, will make crude oil in the state. And so when the price of that is down, state revenues are down, and we're already seeing very big budget challenges.
Though no one knows for certain, the price of gas is anticipated to stay relatively low for the remainder of the year. For Tiger TV, I'm Michaela Morgan.
The majority of the budget cuts due to oil in Louisiana are expected to be in higher education institutions.
Well, student government election season is coming up. Tiger TV reporter Jackie Massey lets you know who is running for president this semester.
Do you know anything about student government? Nope. Okay, do you want to know about student government?
No is the answer that Helen Frank and Wesley Davis want to get rid of.
It's my goal to make sure that students are aware of what we can do for them.
Frank and Davis are running for president and vice president, and they say they want to reach out to students. They do this by creating a hot seat, which allows students to voice their concerns about issues at LSU.
And when they're sitting in the seat, they talk and we listen, and it just kind of became the hot seat.
Davis says he will combine student ideas with some of their own initiatives.
And we heard a lot of great ideas from students saying that, hey, we would like an extended bus route to different areas of campus with new apartment complexes, to people saying they didn't feel like there was enough adequate lighting at the bus stops.
Opposing presidential candidate David Scotton and Vice President Mo Hassan say they want to completely revamp student government.
I think that our student government is not doing enough for us. I think that it's time to do more. It's time to stop supporting and electing the status quo student government members.
Scotton says he wants to focus on improving student government budget spending because the budget is directly drawn from each student's fee bill.
We're going to take student government's wasteful spending of our student fees and give more back to the students. We want to have more scholarships. We want to do more in that sense.
Oh, I like that one. But
each of these tickets will continue to campaign until the election in March. For Tiger TV, I'm Jackie Massey.
Student government presidential results will be announced on March 11th.
Coming up after the break, why baby monitors may actually put your safety at risk.
And reporter Taylor Bourne shows us why having a roommate is always fun. Welcome back, Tigres. LSU defensive back Jalen Mills faces an April 8th trial date for allegedly punching a woman in the mouth. Mills was arrested in June after the woman claimed Mills punched her outside of his apartment. According to a warrant, the woman needed 4 stitches and a witness identified Mills as the suspect. Mills' attorney, Brent Stockstill, claims Mills' girlfriend was the one who threw the first punch and that the victim gave authorities conflicting stories. Mills' attorney entered a plea of not guilty in October on behalf of the football star. And the city of New Orleans just passed a law to ban smoking in bars and casinos less than a week ago. Now Baton Rouge lawmakers might be following their lead. Mayor Kip Holden, along with leaders from local hospitals, announced a tobacco-free awareness campaign. They can breathe freely in Baton Rouge. They are pushing the capital city to address the issue before it loses momentum. The smoking ban in New Orleans has also prompted the city of Lafayette to consider such smoking bans. In other news, a Texas nanny also claims a stranger hacked into a child's baby monitor that was in her care. Ashley Stanley says she was changing the baby's diaper when she realized someone else was watching her. The baby's parents used the monitor to check in on their child while at work using their cell phones, but someone managed to hack the system. The nanny says the man even started up a conversation, letting her know he was there.
I heard someone talking on the camera monitor, and I was like, maybe my bosses are maybe playing a trick on me or something.
For now, the family has rid themselves of the creepy camera. The monitor was not password protected, but their home Wi-Fi network is. The hacker has yet to be identified. After the break, Christian Bertel is here, and she's got your weather update.
And she's back. Sarah Loftel takes us around the world after the break.
Welcome back. So, Christian, I must say, walking outside today was like sipping a mojito in the Bahamas and walking on the beach with your sandals and feeling the sand in your toes. It was great. So great.
Well, I don't think it was exactly like that, but yeah, it was pretty nice.
Well, let's check in with Kristen with a 10 to see what the rest of the week looks like. Kristen, let us hear it.
Hey Tigers, it's been a beautiful Thursday here on campus, and the weather is going to get a little chillier tonight with temperatures dropping into the mid-40s, and the humidity rate will be at 74%. It's also going to be partly cloudy with wind speeds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. This Friday is going to be another great day with a 0% chance of rain. You can expect to see some scattered clouds throughout the day, but it's mostly going to be sunny with highs in the low 60s and lows in the high 30s. We'll also have the lowest humidity rate for this week at 49%, and the wind speeds will be between 5 and 10 miles per hour. And finally, this Saturday is going to be partly cloudy with some light wind picking up at 5 miles per hour. And the humidity rate will be at 55%. You can expect to see highs in the low 60s and lows around 50 degrees. There will be a 0% chance of rain during the day. However, if you have plans for Saturday night, you may want to bring your jacket because there's going to be a 75% chance of rain. And that's all the weather that I have for you right now. Keep watching to see what the 7-day forecast looks like. Sarah Lofdale has a world report.
Hey Tigers, I'm Sarah Lofta with your World News Report. We have breaking news. 3 American contractors and an Afghan national were shot to death in the North Kabul International Airport tonight. It is not known who the shooter is or whether the shooter was a member of the Afghan security forces. The incident is under investigation as we speak. A gas explosion occurred this morning at a maternity hospital in Mexico. At least 2 people have died and dozens are injured, with some being children. The explosion came from a leak in a burst hose from a truck that was supplying gas to the hospital. The maternity hospital is now on the verge of collapsing. The President and First Lady made a stop in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday to pay respects to the late king and hold meetings with the new leader. And what made this meeting so important? Well, the First Lady shook hands with the king. Now, Islamic law generally forbids men from touching women they're not related to, but the rule can be overlooked when official diplomatic delegations visit the king. Jordan agreed this week that they are willing to release a longtime prisoner if ISIS releases one of their military pilots. The announcement comes as the ISIS deadline is looming. If Jordan does not bring the convicted terrorist that belongs to ISIS to the Turkish border by sunset tonight, their pilot will be killed. Not only will the Jordan pilot be killed, but the second of the Japanese hostages will also be tied to his fate as well. Even though ISIS is trying to win this swap with Jordan, the Islamic State has had a tough month. The fighters were driven out of the Syrian border after fighting the Kurdish military for more than 100 days. The cities that are under their control are beginning to look vulnerable, but the group is still in control of part of Iraq and the Syrian border. A 30-year-old Chinese woman is being prosecuted for selling her baby boy for $7,000. The mom came home after a 2-week trip saying that the boy had died, but the grandmother grew suspicious when the mom was not sad about it. The boy's grandmother then alerted the police, and the case came to light this past August. The baby boy was later rescued and now lives with his father's family. Child trafficking is a long-standing problem in China, especially when it involves a boy. Well, schools across Nigeria are teaching students how to apply makeup and defy economic gloom to help grasp a glamorous future. Making a difference to young lives is all a part of the mission for 37-year-old cosmetics queen Tara, who teaches at one of the schools. The young women are being taught that makeup artistry can be their passport to self-confidence, independence, and maybe even a business of their own. Well, that's all I have for you today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Sarah. When we come back, a filmmaker plans to highlight a growing problem in Assumption Parish.
And super weather woman Kristen Bertel has next week's weather update, so don't you go anywhere.
A sinkhole in Assumption Parish has been at the center of lawsuits and environmental debates, but now a filmmaker is taking it to the big screen. Producer-director Victoria Green says the film, called Forgotten Bayou: Life on the Sinkhole, shows the emotional reaction of the community that is living near the dangerous sinkhole. Although most of the community has left, there are still people who have chosen to stay. Green says the filming is still taking place near the sinkhole due to recent activity.
Well, Christian, I have a little joke for you.
Okay, I'm a little nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Used to Jake Robles jokes, so...
Ooh, well, mine are going to be pretty good. So what's a king's favorite type of precipitation?
I don't know.
Rain. Get it? Because he reigns over the people. Or you could say hail. All of those work.
Well, that was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Let's check in with Kristen to see if this weekend will bring us any chance of rain. Kristen?
All right, there's no hail this weekend, but there is going to be a little rain. So far this week, the weather has been beautiful, warm, and sunny. But as we look into next week, you can see the temperatures dropping from the 60s and 70s into the 50s. And you can expect to see some rain starting Saturday night and some scattered showers Sunday through Wednesday. So if you're planning on spending your Super Bowl Sunday outside or at a barbecue, you might want to move the party inside because there's going to be a 60% chance that you're going to be rained out. So there's also a chance that you might see some sun again come Monday, but for the most part, the weather's going to be mostly overcast and rainy. So make sure that you enjoy the sunny weather while you can tomorrow and Saturday, because it may be a while before you're going to see weather this nice again. Well, that's all for the weather today. Thanks for watching. Now back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Christian. Rain for the Super Bowl. I hope Albertson takes back all these frozen steaks. When we come back, the one and only J Squared, a.k.a. Jared Joseph, is stopping by for all your sporty spices out there.
Don't go anywhere. This Weekend Sports is coming up next.
Hello, I'm Jared Joseph, here to give you the latest sports news. Coming off an overtime win at Vanderbilt, the LSU Tigers continued their SEC play last night when they hosted the South Carolina Gamecocks. The Tigers are used to close wins, and this game was no different. Benchman Tim Quarterman led all scorers in the game with 16 points, including making all 5 of his free throws. Jerome Martin played a game-high 19 minutes and made them count with his 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 blocks. The Tigers outscored South Carolina in both halves respectively and went on to win 64-58. The Tigers have improved to 16-4 on the season, and their next game will be at the Humphrey Coliseum to play Mississippi State. Don't forget about women's basketball, though. The Lady Tigers play their first basketball game tonight after a week of no play. The last game was a loss at Tennessee. The Tigers are 2-2 in their last 4. Those 2 wins include a double overtime win at Mississippi State and against 10th-ranked Kentucky. The Lady Tigers will have a 2-game homestand with the start of tonight's game against Ole Miss at 8 in the PMAC. From college to the pros, the Pelicans hosted the Denver Nuggets last night to try to push their win streak to 5. The Nuggets came out and made statement plays against the Pelicans, including this monster dunk by the Manimal, Kenneth Faried. Anthony Davis and Tyreek Evans did their part in the game. Davis scored 24 points and 12 rebounds with 2 blocks. Even Evans had a game-high 25 points. The Nuggets, however, had more of a committee scoring night. Aaron Aflalo led the Nuggets with 20 points and 4 more players scored in double digits. And although the Nuggets' 5 was one more than the Pelicans' 4, it was enough for Denver to pull off the win and hand New Orleans a 93-85 loss. The Pelicans' next game is Friday when they host the Clippers at the Smoothie King Center. Baton Rouge native Langston Galloway has signed a contract with the New York Knicks, which keeps him in the Big Apple for the remainder of the season. Galloway's second 10-day contract with the team expired Tuesday, and he was free to sign with any team in the league, but decided to stay with the Knicks when they offered him the contract, which includes a partial guarantee for next season. The now-established New York Knicks came to the league after 4 years at St. Joseph's, where he had the second most points in the program's history with just under 2,000. Galloway attended Christian Life Academy in Baton Rouge and led the team to his Class 1A state championship his senior year in 2010 when he averaged 26 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals. LSU's recruitment team is already making impact this offseason. The school has snagged 4-star offensive tackle Chidi Valentine Okiki. The 6'6", 310-pound lineman chose LSU over both Alabama and Auburn. Valentine Okiki verbally committed to the Purple and Gold Thursday and told reporters, "I just love everything about LSU. Coach Morris was very, very happy when I gave him the news." This weekend is the last weekend before National Signing Day, Wednesday, February 4th, and the Tigers have a last-minute chance to snag some top recruits. 6 college prospects will be visiting LSU, and Coach Ed Orgeron will certainly have his hand in this one when 5-star defensive lineman C.C. Jefferson comes to campus. Orgeron and Kevin Steele, make a hard push for Jefferson. Ole Miss, Auburn, and Florida are all in pursuit of the lineman. Defense will be the focus of this recruiting visit. 4 of the 6 visitors are all on the defensive side of the ball. But All-American wide receiver Brandon Martin and tight end Foster Moreau will be coming in for offense. Coach Les Miles, Orgeron, and Steele are all known for excellent recruitment, so this weekend will be a great test of their abilities. Staying with the purple and gold, Brandon Harris is still with the team, but his high school coach thought otherwise. Parkway coach David Feaster told Harris to transfer to a junior college after his first semester at LSU. Feaster said in an interview Wednesday afternoon on ESPN Radio that he told the station that he's right and I'm wrong, but I can't stand another season like the past one. The Parkway coach felt going to a junior college would aid Harris and reset the recruiting process for him. The New Orleans Saints have an unusual defensive backfield situation heading into next season. After giving up the second most yards in the league, they have stepped up their depth in the defensive backfield. The Saints have signed former Canadian football star Delvin Breaux, which was league confirmed Tuesday. Along with Breaux, New Orleans has also brought in safety Kenny Phillips to a reserve or a future contract. Both these additions give the Saints a total of 14 defensive backs under contract for next season, which does not include unrestricted free agents Patrick Robinson and Jamarcus Sanford. Needless to say, New Orleans is looking to bring back the top 4 performance it had last year, and with Jarvis coming back as well, expectations will be high for the black and gold. Sticking with the pros, Marshawn Lynch has been a bit of an enigma when it comes to speaking with the media, and although he has repeatedly given one-word answers, it has not stopped the NFL from making him speak. After Lynch answered all the questions the last 3 days with the same answer in each respective day, the running back finally opens up.
Hey, look, all week I done told y'all what's up, and for some reason y'all continue to come back and do the same thing that y'all did. I don't know what story y'all trying to get out of me. I don't know what image y'all trying to portray of me, but it don't matter what y'all think, what y'all say about me.
Lynch then went on to answer each question with one word as he usually does, and promised one reporter that he would speak with him if he comes to one of his charity events. And although Lynch spent most of his time with the media the last 3 days as he was supposed to, he still may be facing a fine. The league will wait till after the Super Bowl to determine whether or not he used his media day to promote an authorized brand when he wore his beast mode hats. It seems Marshawn just can't avoid being fined, but he's thankful and he's all about that action, boss.
Thanks, Jared. Up next is the zombie apocalypse upon us.
Or should we say zombie cat apocalypse? Meow. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Tigers. So it seems the myths are true. Cats really do have 9 lives. Well, at least this cat from Florida does. The cat was found buried alive by his owner, who mistakenly thought he was dead. Officials say the owner found his cat named Bart lifeless earlier this month after being hit by a car in Tampa. After the owner buried him, the cat managed to escape and was found by a neighbor. Bart is currently recovering at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay and is expected to go home next week.
Well, at least that story had a happy ending. That's all the time we have for today. But don't forget, you can check us out on tigertv.tv, watch us online, or check out our YouTube channel.
And as always, Tigers, we look forward to hearing back from you, so stay with us and just keep it classy. Have a good one.